Good morning, Derrick Chevalier here. Great to be back on CCN Sunrise. My guest this morning, Ann-Marie Villicana, the new segment star of CCN Real Estate. Welcome. Great to see you.
It's great to see you too.
Now, I know a lot of our viewers know you at dealing with the arts and your community work, but you're actually a real estate attorney, broker, and tell us a little bit about your background and what the segment's going to be covering.
Well, I'm so excited about this. I mean, I really love real estate, so I love every part of real estate, and it was a real goal of mine to figure out how to make real estate easy, because real estate's very hard because it's the biggest expense most of us ever make, either if we're purchasing a piece of real estate or we inherit a piece and we have to sell it, or even if we're just trying to get started in renting. It's a big chunk of our paychecks.
Sure. So each week your program is going to focus on a specific area or a couple of areas. Give us some examples.
So what my goal is, you know, there's so many different facets of real estate. So to really break it down, so it almost be like a little tutorial each segment. And so we're going to first talk about, let's make the investment in property. So what are the best websites to look at? If you don't have a realtor yet, we're going to teach you how to select a realtor. And then go to the websites and figure out what to look for in a house, how to pick a target area so that you know what you're looking for.
So you're going to ask and answer some of the important questions while we're looking for the piece of property.
Right.
Then when we have the piece of property, what are some of the segments that you'll cover there?
So then once you've gone and you found the piece of property you want, so I want to give you the tip on how to get maximize your time. You don't want to go look at 100 properties. You want to go look at 3 great houses, because if you're looking at 100, you're wasting your time. All you need is 3. All you need is actually 1. So that's the important thing. Then how to get the offer written. So write the offer, write the best terms. We'll talk about the best terms for that specific property, how much money you have, how much time you have, the improvements you want made, that kind of thing.
So both from the buying and the selling perspective, because those are going to be different. How much money can I afford?
Right.
What area, and that will do. But on the seller perspective, what are some of the things that are going to be
So like on the
important?
selling side, some of the things we want to talk about is how much do you really prepare your house? Like the one tip that I could leave that I want everybody to always know, you don't need to spend the money on painting, renovating, just have your house clean. If it smells clean, if your windows are clean and your yard is trimmed and the weeds are pulled, the best investment you can make is just having it smell and sparkle.
You know, that's a great tip, because I notice in my neighborhood when people start doing all this extensive renovation and doing their yard, the next thing I see is a real estate sign going up. And I'm like, why didn't you do that when you lived there?
That's exactly right. And it's so sad because you see people really put beautiful things into their house and then they don't even get to enjoy it.
To enjoy it, and didn't have it when they were there. So on the buying, you're looking at budget, and how involved are you on the loan element of that?
My biggest thing is really just, if you don't have a lender, we're going to get you the right lender. Actually, we want you to have a lender before we even start looking at houses, because we want to know that you can afford the house, how much you can afford, and maybe we don't want to spend all the money you can afford so that you can, have a more comfortable lifestyle.
Great. So you're looking at the overall picture for people.
Right, and then so whether you're selling or buying, there are inspections that have to take place.
Right.
So we want to go through all of that. How do you select a termite inspector? How do you select a home inspector? What are you looking for when those inspections are done?
Yeah, what do they actually do, the termites and the home inspector? And yeah, great.
And so some people, they negotiate that the seller takes care of different faults that are found in the house. And sometimes people say, I'd rather take the money as a credit. So we'll talk about that.
Right.
I also want to talk about, people are concerned about what's escrow. So escrow is this third party that takes the money from the seller and the buyer, and they process the transaction and help us through.
So both sides are protected.
Right, so we'll talk about escrow, and we'll talk about title.
Right.
Yes, because you hear about you want to take free and clear title. So because you don't want to take someone else's debt on, or their liens, or their whatever it is that they have on the property. So we want to make sure you get free and clear title. And then another really good thing is a home warranty plan. So we want the seller to provide a home warranty plan to the buyer. And it really helps the buyer a lot, because then if anything goes wrong in that first year, they can call the home warranty plan, and it helps cut back on lawsuits, bad feelings, all of that. It's just a really nice intermediary.
So the show sounds exciting, and it's great to see you. We've got a couple minutes left, or a few minutes left. So tell me, when people tune in, whether they own a house or are looking or know somebody, actually the show's designed for anybody that owns or that's looking.
It really is, because even my goal is if people already own a home, maybe they'll start saving money and put it into an investment property. Because all of us need to grow our equity and make sure that when we get older, we're not going to expect the government to totally take care of us. And so we need to have that extra income. Or say you're helping your grandchildren or your children get to college. Those investment properties help.
That's fantastic. I'm looking forward. I'll tune in. Listen, we're lucky to have Ann-Marie. CCN Real Estate's going to provide a great balance and a great future for you. Tune in. We'll see you.